Hello and welcome to the introductory video on how to use Onshape. First, on forenote, Chrome is the preferred browser for Onshape, and I would suggest using that. In the event that you have problems using Chrome, you may need to enable flags. If you type in Chrome ://flags and hit enter, you should make sure that the first drop down here is enabled. Chrome software rendering list. Click relaunch. Once this is done, we will go to onshape.com. You will need a school email to sign up for Onshape. In the top right hand corner, we'll click sign in. I already have an account, but I will walk you through the basics of starting a new one. Click do not have an account, sign up. From here, we will go down to educational account. Fill in your name, email, student level, and check the box after you've read the privacy policy. And click Get Started. They will send you an email to your school email, which will have a confirmation link. Once you have your confirmation link and you're ready to sign in, go back to Onshape and click Sign In once more. Every time you log on to Onshape, you will be brought to that page. Click Sign In, and you will come to your main Onshape page. Now, I've been using Onshape for almost 2 years now, and I have a lot of files here. Yours will look a little different and much simpler to start. Do not be overly intimidated. But let's go through a basics of what everything is. On the left-hand side, you will see a Create button. You click the drop-down, you will notice there's several different actions here. You can click Document to create a new file. You can create Folder to create a file to organize things. As you continue down your Onshape pathway, this will become more and more important and help you organize your files. You can import files from elsewhere, and you can import from services along with labeling. For now, we're only concerned with the top two actions, the top action being the primary one. From there, we move on to the tree on the left. We have My Onshape. These are all things that you have done and have been shared with you. It is essentially everything you've ever worked on. We have recently opened. In the event that you work on lots of files, this may be helpful, as it will open up all the different options for you. We have Created by Me. These are the things that you have done. You can see a small assortment of things that I have worked on. You can click Shared with Me. These are things that other people have done and shared with you so that you can also work on them or see them. We have Teams. As you move forward, you will probably use Teams with other people so that you can all work on things together. We have Public. As you have an educational account, everything you make will ultimately be public. This is a fantastic resource to go through as it shows people's workflows and patterns and some of the things you can do with Onshape. Well, some of these may be quite complex. Do not worry, you will learn to get there in time. For now, we'll go back to My Onshape. Across the top, you will see the last open by me, and this holds the last few things that you've worked on. If you click on something, it will bring open a details file over on the right-hand side. This just gives you a little bit of information where it's stored, any labels that you've given it, any descriptions that you've put on it, who it was created by, and when it was last modified. We also have your folders here in the middle of the screen. This is just to help you organize. And down below, we have our documents. These are things that you've worked on that have no assortment or file structure. We'll go into a simple file just to go through the basics of what you can expect here. Onshape is an internet-based CAD program. The advantages of this are that it does not need a powerful computer to run. The disadvantage is you do need a decent internet connection to run it. However, as long as you have an internet connection, you can connect to it from any computer anywhere in the world. Once we've loaded into Onshape, you will notice an array of buttons and different tables and options. At the top, we have the ribbon. Many of these you will not need to start, but it is good to go through. If you mouse over any one of them, they will give you a label. Some of these may have drop-downs. These drop-downs are helpful to find more features. The main ones that we will use to start will be Sketch, Extrude. We may use Revolve, and Fillet and Chamfer are powerful tools that we'll discuss later. On the left-hand side, we have a configurations bar here. You will not use this to start. We also have our history tree here. We have 3 main planes to start. I have these hidden, but if we pull them back up, you will see something like this to start. We have a top plane, a front plane, a right plane, and an origin. These use Cartesian coordinates. You can also see basic, sketch, and extrusion. I'll go over what these do more in another video. Below this, you will see any parts that you may have created. At the very bottom, we see a couple of tabs. There's also a plus symbol and a tab manager. Tab manager simply lets you flip between your tabs. We can hit the plus sign here. Go to app allows you to add powerful plugins to Onshape. Create material library allows you to create different materials to use in your drawings. And Create Feature Studio allows you to create scripts to use in your Onshape profiles. For now, we do not need any of these 3. The main ones to focus on will be Create Part Studio. This will create a working space like you see here. Create Assembly. This will allow you to bring multiple pieces together and assemble them into a finished product. Create Drawing. This creates a technical drawing that is similar to what you would see on a blueprint. Create Folder. This allows you to create some organization of your tabs below and organize like files or different versions into folder structures. And Import allows you to import drawings and parts made in different programs. We will largely be using Part Studios. At the very top, we also have a few other buttons and things to be aware of. Right here under Document menu, we can rename the document. I always recommend naming your documents when you start them so it's easier to know what you're doing. We have Document Properties. Document Properties allows you to add a description to your parts. Simple parts, this may not be needed, but more complex parts, this will simplify your life. Copy Workspace. You can copy everything you see and create a new file with it. Workspace Units. This is an important drop-down to know about, as it has some important information in it. We can set our default unit length, centimeter, foot, inch, meter, millimeter, and yard. For this drawing, I've used millimeter. Length display decimals. By default, this is 3 decimal points. For now, you can leave this as is. Default unit, degree and radian. Angle display decimals, default mass units, and mass display decimals. For now, we will leave all of these as they are, but feel free to change them later if needed. Do note that as you work in Onshape, You can use any unit structure you like as long as it's labeled, and it will convert it automatically. A couple other buttons to know about. We have a version history. Here we can go through and create different versions of parts as needed. This allows you to quickly switch between working prototypes. We can also create a new version on the fly. Give it a name, give it a description, and click Create. Here we see that this is an educational subscription. It is a public document. Nobody has liked it, nobody has shared it, and nobody has made copies. On the right, we can see there are no comments. There are no notices for feature scripts. And we have 4 notifications. App Store, Learning Center, and Share are all here. Learning Center is a powerful tool and quite helpful if you get stuck. You can share documents, type in their school email, click if they can edit, and for now we can leave everything as is. Click Share when you are done. For now, this will conclude this basic video in Onshape. For now, this will conclude this basic video on Onshape. We will continue on to making a simple part in our next video. Thank you for your time.